Olá, novos e seminovos, velhos e semivelhos, eu sou o Eric Risato e este é o canal O Som Do K7. Se está buscando nostalgia, encontrou. E hoje você vai conferir o bate-papo com a cantora Simone Jay. Mas antes, deixa seu like, se inscreva no canal, acione as notificações e não se esqueça de compartilhar o conteúdo, hein?
Senta que lá vem a história. O Som do K7.
Bom dia! Bom dia!
Bom dia! Good.
Oh, tudo bom? Tudo bem?
Tudo bom, melhor agora. It's better now talking with you.
Oh, same here. It's nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to have you.
How's my connection?
Are you born in USA?
Yes, I was born in New York.
New York
Portchester,
City?
New York. Yes. Actually, Portchester, New York.
Ah, okay.
Upstate.
How it all started?
Mm-hmm. Well, it started when I was a little girl, 4 years old. 4.
4?
And yeah, I love music. I love to sing. And I used to listen to Michael Jackson.
Oh.
I had a little record player and I had his music and I put his music on and I would sing with Michael Jackson just over and over. And I taught myself to sing, listening to him. And the funny thing about that is, you know, I've always, you know, somehow he and I in our course, down the road, we were linked somehow. Even him and his sister and I, we had the same recording company. Janet, she was in Virgin and I was in Virgin. But anyway, the long story, one day with Albertino, with the DJ Time, they learned that in my concerts, I always sang a Michael Jackson song a cappella. And they were like, wow, you know, and so Radio DJ, they asked me to do something for them. And then one day I got a phone call from these producers and they wanted to, they heard about me singing, you know, like Michael. And they asked me, would I like to do a song, a cover of his. And so I did the cover. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay,
yes,
awesome.
I can hear you.
And so I did the cover because the people, they wanted to use Michael Jackson's voice, but they didn't get the authorization, a liberatory. So they called me. So I did the cover of it and they sent it to the producers. And the producers said, well, it's nice. We said you use the music, but not the voice of Michael Jackson. And this is the best compliment for me. And the producers, they said, it's not Michael Jackson, it's Simone Jackson. And they were like, we don't believe you. So they sent them, my voice is raw, sense effect, they sense anything. And they measured, measured the voices, the waves. And they said it was almost identical to his. So it's just, that's crazy. When it all started, I was, well, actually it started when I was in my 20s. I started singing, you know, like in public and events. And I signed my first contract officially with Roberto Zanetti of Divois, the same recording company as Corona, ISMC, Alexia.
Yes.
And that was in 1992, not 93, excuse me, 1993, the
when
summer of 1993.
When you used to live in USA, you never recorded nothing, you never released nothing. Your career started in Italy.
In Italy, yes, exactly. I had always sang for events. I sang in the theater, in school, and I sang when I was in the military and the esercito. And but as far as under a record label, my first record label was in Italy. I had already done Take Away the Color, Erase Away the Pain. I had already done that with ISMC.
Take away the color, erase away the pain. Let's all live together, we're all the same.
I had already done, what was it, Passion? It's gonna be a lonely night. I had already done that, and memories of me and you. So I had already done those. So I had already been established. But then I went as a free agent for a couple of years, and meaning I didn't have a recording company. I was collaborating with some Time Records, with Do It Yourself, but I wasn't signed. And I was asked if I wanted to collaborate with these producers, and that's when that happened. Because I'm always open. I like to experiment. I like to try my hand at different projects and things. Sometimes they go well. Sometimes, hey, you know, at least you tried.
And you can sing anything: jazz, rock, dance.
Well, because I love music. I grew up listening to the Doors, Creedence Clearwater Revival, the Doobie Brothers, Aretha Franklin, George Duke, George Benson, everything from country, Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton, all of these things. Yeah, so I love music in general.
A lot of
all
influence.
genres.
And
I think that's very important. I think it's important when you want to be a musician. You have to leave yourself open to be able to experiment with and to embrace different styles, because with the embracing of different styles, you create your own style, because you take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little, you know, whip up a little something like this.
Beautiful voice.
In fact, that piece right there where I just sang was a rap song that I sang, and it went #1 in your country, A Little Something. I don't know if you heard that. That was many years ago. I want to write a Fuji tune, but I don't know how to.
What's the name of the song?
It's called A Little Something.
A Little Something.
Yeah, a little something. Whip up a little something like this. I hope you like it. I hope you like it, baby. Whip up a little something like this. Ooh, ooh. Whipped up a little something like this. You want to like it? But anyway.
I will search for.
I want to write a Fuji tune. Yeah, search. There was a magazine, in fact, that I was featured in. It was the first hip hop magazine in Brazil. And they came to Italy to interview me for this magazine, because a little something went like, wow. And that was my first try at rap.
Whip up a little something like this. I hope you like it. I hope you like it, baby. Whip up a little something like this. Ooh, ooh.
You know, I had never done rap.
When it happened?
And 1998, I think, or 97. No, 98.
I will
check it out.
I will search for.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know.
Yeah.
And your first release, it like Simone, was Love's the Key.
And I'm looking all around, staring at the ground. I'm looking all around, searching all around for you.
Love's the Key.
Like Simone Jackson. Love is the key.
Love is the key.
Love is the key. Because the sun is shining for me, and I'm looking at the clouds in the sky. It makes me feel so darn high.
And it came after you record the Take Away the Color.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Take Away the Color have a strong message.
No. I'm sorry. No, Take Away the Color came after Love is the Key. Love is the Key was my very first song that I ever sang in the studio.
Love's the Key that opened all the doors.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Simone Jackson.
Love is the Key,
Jackson.
Simone Jackson.
Not Jay.
Yeah,
Not Jay.
Jackson.
No.
Okay.
And
Jay came years later.
And you met Netzwerk. Where they find this name? What it means? Netzwerk.
Netzwerk means to collaborate. It means it's a and it's German. It's you know, it's a form of the English word network. But Netzwerk means to collaborate, work. Yes, Netzwerk, but it's in Tedesco in German. So Netzwerk, which means to collaborate, to work, to
good.
You know, yeah, combine and yeah.
Yes, good to know. And
yeah,
Memories was the first single.
yes. Passion was first.
It's gonna be a lonely night. I lost my sight.
Have came to Brazil to sing it.
Yes, I did.
You had been Brazil.
Yeah, I was in Brazil for 1 month. I did a tour. Alexia and me, we were together for 1 month. We did a tour of all of Brazil, all the way from Itatiba to Manaus. We went all around.
My God, all around the country.
1 month we were there.
You was working with Netzwerk in this
yes,
time.
I was working with Netzwerk. And then I came back another time for like a couple of days with Olga, with Corona.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
There's no video. I never find.
There's something you have to search really. There exists maybe 2 videos, I think, of me on stage, but in Brazil. But yeah.
I saw a video you singing in Miss Brazil.
Okay, yeah, that was in New Jersey.
It's not in Brazil.
No, that was in New Jersey. Miss Brazil, USA.
Yes, USA. And we're talking about Netzwerk. There's something new coming.
Yeah, you heard. Yeah, we're working on it right now. I was just in the studio 2 days ago. We're working on the new single.
It's just 1 track or 2 or an album?
No, we're not doing an album yet. We're doing one track.
One single.
We're going to do something very special. And yeah, so yeah, we're going to try to trying to do our best for you guys.
Thank you. We need it. This collaboration. We need your voice. Your strong voice. And your family came to, your mother, your sister came to Italy too, not to stay in USA.
No. Just by myself, unfortunately. No, my mother passed many years ago. My mother's and my father.
Okay.
You know, I have
but you always be on contact with USA. You always visit your
I live there. I live there.
You live there.
I live there. Yeah, I live actually between San Diego and Mexico.
Mexico?
I live in Mexico. Yeah, claro. I live by the sea. I live by the ocean.
Yeah, you're a citizen of the world.
Yeah.
There's no frontier for you.
You know what I think? You know, somebody asked me the other day, they said, Simone, what do you consider home? And I looked at them for 5 minutes, I had to think about it. I really, home, you know what, for me, home is where the heart is, for me, you know. Home,
I know.
How do you say that in Portuguese? Portuguese. Home is where the heart is.
Casa é onde o coração está. Casa é onde o coração está. And how many years do you be living in Mexico? How do you?
Almost 5 years, almost 6 years.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
After Netzwerk, Memory, and Passion, there's one track lost in the past that you record with Netzwerk or not? You do just these two tracks?
No, I did another track called I Feel Love. I feel love.
Then a summer
You feel
cover.
love. I feel love.
I feel love.
And I think MacArthur Park. I did MacArthur Park. I don't think we released that, but yeah, but mostly. And then there was the last one we did last year. There was just a special edition. We did it. It was a tribute to our 90s years in the of the 90s, and it's oh my goodness. Why can't I think of it? I can't think of the name of my song. That's terrible. The name of the track that we released last year was Just Another Dream. Just another dream around our love. Can we spend our lives together? So
good.
Just another dream around our love. Can we spend our lives together?
Yes, because after I finished with Netzwerk, like I said, I took a couple of years to do independent projects and working with other DJs and producers, doing some things for England, excuse me, and then I met with the producer and artist, Taleesa. You know Taleesa, right?
I know Manuela.
Yes, Emanuela and Michael. So, and I joined their company, their record company, Living Colors. And then from there, I met Shandor from Virgin Records. And I signed with Virgin Records with Wanna Be Like a Man.
Virgin Records from Italy or England?
No, Virgin Records from Italy. Virgin
Italy.
Records, Italy. Yes,
Italy.
Italia.
And was a huge success too. I have a VAS, you know, cassette video.
Yes.
In Brazil was released a CD with a compilation of videos. There's this Gala and Simone Jay with down, 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 oh yeah, down, down, down. I wanna be like a man. Why don't you know word about me?
Bravo, yeah, awesome, man.
I love this track. I love this video.
Why you even worry about me? Ooh, do you want my love for free? Yeah.
I feel like I know you a long time. Like you was my best friend, because you are with me in the special moment, especially with this video. I want to be like a man. It was recorded, it was shot in Italy.
Yes, in Milan. In Milan, yes.
Yeah. Midnight came after or came with before?
Midnight came after. You're right. Midnight came after.
Midnight is perfect too. Is a energy song. I love
Well, don't you
song.
know that it's midnight and all good people are sleeping?
Got my hand on you. Perfect.
Gotta leave my hands on you.
Get on the dance
floor.
Gotta leave my hands on, wanna leave my hands on you. Get on the dance floor. Yeah.
And Taleesa help you in this track too. Midnight.
Well, actually, Midnight was, we were in, Taleesa and I and Michael, we were all in the studio recording my R&B. We were working on an R&B album. And I was just playing around at the mic with this song. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a song. I was just messing around. And they go, hey, that's good. I'm like, no, because it's a very hard song to sing. You really need a lot of breath. You know, because there is no stop. You go from this to this, you're done, and you have to really, and I'm like, no. And they said, no, let's record it. So I put the rest of the words to it, and they let Virgin hear it, and they loved it. They're like, that's the new single. But I was like, no. So.
I love this. And
you never know the stories behind these things.
It's good you feed us with this information, because we really don't know about it.
Yeah, and you never know what goes behind it.
There's a video shoot from Midnight or not? There's no video clip.
Midnight, no. There's not a video for Midnight. Yeah.
After
There you go. I got you in the right place now.
After Midnight came
Love Thing.
Love.
That's why I need your love to be real. Make me hot, oh, shoot me with your love thing.
I need your love to be real. Make me hot, oh, shoot me with your love thing. No matter if it's fast or...
When you will return to Brazil, we're waiting for you.
Yes.
We're waiting for all the Italy.
I would love to. It would be such a pleasure because the Brazilian people are so warm and sincere and full of energy. And it just when you're on stage, when we're just about just the energy and the love of life that you guys have is so awesome, you know, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for supporting on the behalf of all of us artists. Thank you so much for your continued support and playing our songs and keeping us alive. We appreciate it.
We will. You can come with us and let's return to 90. DJ came after DJ Dad come after Love Thing or not?
Okay, now after Love Thing, then I did a collaboration. If I'm not mistaken, I'm a little old. I forget something. A collaboration with DJ Dado. Yeah, DJ Dado on Ready or Not. If you're ready or not, ready or not. If you're ready or not, right here's my love. Ready or not, ready or not. If you're ready or not, right here's my love. So that was really nice.
Perfect.
That was cool.
Yeah.
DJ Dado is awesome. He's really awesome DJ producer.
Yes, it was a huge success too. After DJ Dado, do you remember the next one?
Yeah, and then I think we did a follow-up to that. Good times, baby, rhythm of the night, let the crowd go rocking by. Get ready, boy, get steady, boy. So, Good Times, baby. Yeah.
Good times.
Good times, baby, rhythm of the night, let the town go rocking right.
And then after that, I did something with Planet Records called Give Me Love, Give Me Love, Love. Give me love, love, love. Come on, heaven, give me love. It was nice. It was a cute little song, you know, positive, always positive. I don't know how it went in Brazil, but here in Italy, it was okay. It was discreet. It went more in UK.
Give me love, love, love. I just wanna have your love. Give me love, love, love. Come on, heaven, give me love.
Mom and Dad come in 2003.
Oh yeah, Mom and Dad. Yes. Oh yeah, now see, that's where we talked about I like different music. In fact, we got their authorization to use a sample of Benny Goodman's song, which is very one of the world famous jazz clarinetists. And we did like a little swing dance. Mom and Dad. Yeah, Mom and Dad.
And then, Rickard, do you make a new version of I Wanna Be Like a Man that got a one video clip?
Yeah, Omnio did a remake, not a remake, but yeah, kind of remake. I sang the vocals on that one. It did pretty good. That was with Rudy J. Rudy DJ and the awesome DJ, awesome producer. And yeah, that went really well, really well for him. You know, I think what it is in the 90s was a pivotal year because it was a time, we call it tempo d'oro, golden time. It was that time was the golden time. And so that music is etched into the hearts of many people. Many people come to me and they say, oh, Simone Jay, I got married, you know, your song, or I met my girlfriend, I met my boyfriend, or I had a child. And in fact, many of the concerts that I go to, there are a lot of young people that weren't even, you know, born, or they were very tiny when my songs were hit. And I asked them, I says, how do you know the words to my song? They go, we grew up with it because my mom and dad loved your music and they play it for us, and then we love it. So, and so it's like kind of, you know, kind of eternal. It doesn't, in fact, it doesn't get old. And that joy that their parents had, they transmitted to their kids. So it keeps the 90s music alive, you know,
Yes.
especially in the times that we're going through. You know, the times is very hard for many people. Many people have lost, you know, people. And so people want to reflect on the times that were good. And the times that were good,
Yes.
were in the 90s.
Especially now in this pandemic time. And
Yeah.
the 90s is coming. Oh, 90s never fade. Because
Yeah,
there's a lot
exactly.
of huge festival, revival
Yes.
festival in Europe, and you
Yes.
always performing.
Yes. But unfortunately from the pandemic, I had to cancel two big concerts. Unfortunately, one in Peru, in
Peru,
Spain.
so near.
Yeah. So, but it's not canceled. It's just postponed until they can do it. So we're still going to do it. They just have to figure out when. And maybe I have one coming up for Estonia. I'm not sure. We'll see. But yeah, I love performing in Europe. It's really, really awesome. Really awesome.
Yeah, the
So,
Eurobeat, Eurodance, dance, and all the techno is alive in
Yes.
Europe. They love.
Yes, alive and booming.
Yes, in Brazil we have to work to have more festival like that, and
Yes.
bring all
Okay.
these singers again to Brazil, because in 90s was a
Okay.
huge success on the radio. Only Simone Jay,
We would love
only
it.
Anneli, only
Yes.
Regina, Olga, too,
Yes.
Corona,
Oh, yeah.
and let me,
See, Regina.
Regina is Brazilian too.
She's my beautiful friend, Regina. Yes.
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 Where do you live in Italy? What the?
Well, I normally when I'm for business wise, I'm in Milan. But after the pandemic, I left. Before the pandemic, actually, I left Milan, and I came to central Italy, which is Tuscany.
Yes,
So
Toscana.
I'm right in the middle center of Italy, which is it's beautiful.
Food.
I love. It's called Livorno. Livorno, yes, the food is good, the air is good, the water, it's really nice. I love, I think of Livorno as my second home, you know.
Yes,
I
and
have a lot of
people,
memories.
you always been in
Oh, yeah.
contact with Netzwerk.
Yeah, there was some years that we didn't talk for a while. You know, we were all going our separate ways, doing our own thing. But then we connected again, 3 years ago, almost, 3 years ago, more or less. And
What made this connection again? What is the reason of this
that would
connection?
be Marco Galliotti. Unfortunately, he found out I lost my son in 3 years. It'll be 3 years in December. My son had an accident
Oh
and
God!
was killed. And so he
in USA or Italy?
Marco found out. Yeah, in Los Angeles.
Los
In
Angeles.
Los Angeles. And so Marco found out, and so we kind of connected over that, and then we just started talking again. And so, yeah, and then we said, why don't we, and he said, why don't we do something together? Why don't we, because people have been asking me and asking them, is Network going to get together again? Is Network going to do something again? And so we thought it was time.
Sorry,
So,
my feelings for you, and it's a tough
thank you.
situation, but
Thank you.
we keep walking, making shows, showing
Yes.
your voice.
Yes.
And your
Yes.
family is a musical family too. Your sisters,
Yeah.
your songs.
Well, actually, my grandson is. He loves to sing, and he's 4.
We have
When I
the
talk to him, he's Grandma. He sings to me. He has a voice. Yeah, he has a voice. Right now, he makes up his own little songs. So like his grandma.
It's on the
So,
DNA. There's no way to run.
yeah. I hope so. I hope so.
And Simone
Yeah,
Jay,
so,
there's something
yes.
new coming for your friends in the next months, next year. You're working something new. What you doing now?
Yes. Yes, I'm working with Netzwerk. I'm working with Netzwerk on a new single. And I'm writing for other producers, for other artists now. I've just started to, because I'm going to do more of writing for others than for myself now, because I'm getting a little older, and I kind of want to relax a little bit. Of course, I want to perform, want to always perform, but a little less than before, you know, not really any new stuff, only with Netzwerk and maybe a couple of other people. But more, I would rather write for the younger people, you know, for the new artist, or, you know.
Are you so full of energy? You cannot stop doing concert. I see you in the concert, dancing and jumping. Oh my God, I want to watch it. Yeah, Simone Jay
Well,
live.
I mean, I will, if you guys will have me, I will do concerts, but not like before, you know.
Yes,
I have other goals too in life. Music is one of my loves, but my main goal now is, I'm a very spiritual person, and I'm very involved in my community, to teaching Bible, having Bible studies to people in my community. And so, yes, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. Yes, Jehovah's Witness, just like Prince.
Yes,
Prince was
in Brazil, Testemunha de Jeová.
Yes, yes.
I have half of my family is Testemunha de Jeová.
Oh wow!
Yes,
awesome.
Tell
them I said hello.
Yes,
they're my sisters and brothers.
Yes, they are. When I was young, I have contact with this book, the beautiful book.
Yes.
Beautiful pictures.
Red book? Was it Red book?
Yellow one. For kids.
Oh yeah. Oh, my book of Bible stories. My book of Bible stories. Mi libro de historia bíblica. Yeah.
Yes. My father.
Beautiful.
Yes, I have uncles and siblings that keep studying and helping some people. In Brazil is strong.
I became a Jehovah's Witness here in Italy. Then that was back in 2005. I was baptized in 2005. I began studying, and I believe in August of 2003, and I was baptized in 2005, March.
Prince was?
Yes, Prince was. Yes.
Michael Jackson too.
And well, Michael was never baptized. But his mother is, and one sister, Rebe, they are baptized, and George Benson is, you know George Benson,
yes,
guitarist, and also Larry Graham from Sly and the Family Stone. There are many artists that are witnesses or have studied. So
in USA, so strong too. It started in USA.
That's right, in Philadelphia. That's right, exactly. Allegheny.
Jehovah's Witness.
Yes, we're in over 244 lands.
Yes, it's a huge.
Very.
Yes, I have contact when I was a child with this yellow book. It's perfect. My father.
Beautiful.
And the Sentinella, the magazine, 2 magazines.
Yes, the Watchtower and the Awake. Yes.
Awake and.
The Watchtower.
Yes.
The Watchtower, Sentinella. Yes. The Watchtower.
Sentinella.
Yes.
Yes. And my father received this magazine when I was little. And it changed the way that you're making music, you sing music, you see a concert. Since you change, it changed too. your life, your career.
Yes, it did. It changed me because I'll tell you, Eric, before, I love music, don't get me wrong. And in my musical career, I'm very grateful for all the success, all the number ones and the tours and everything. But deep down, I was sad in myself. I had a emptiness inside of me, and I had many questions about life, you know, and I was upset because I had many things, sad things to happen in my lifetime, you know, growing up as a child. And my father, he had multiple sclerosis and he died from that. It was very painful and many years that I saw him suffer. And so I had a lot of anxiousness and sadness inside of me. And I searched, I tried many different religions. I tried the Catholic faith, the Baptist faith, the Jewish faith, and the Muslim faith. I was looking, you know, because I like to talk to everyone. I never turned my back. If someone wanted to share what they believed in, I would listen. But according to me, you know, the questions that I had, if I didn't get a satisfactory answer, then I was like, that's not for me. So, but when I met the witnesses, they gave me answers, but they didn't give me their answer. They showed me in the Bible, which for me, that is the law, showed me the answers there. And I saw for myself. That's when I said, that's for me. Yeah. And it may not be for everybody because God made us with the ability for free choice. Either you like it, that's for you, or it's not. And for me, being a witness, that I knew that emptiness inside of me started to fill up with love and joy.
Good. But you never passed by a depression, sad moments, dark moments, no?
Oh yes, I do.
Depression.
I do have, Mamma Mia, I have many sad moments. Unfortunately, you can't be a human compassionate without having sad moments. When you look around to see what's going on in the world, how can you not?
Yeah. It's good because you rise up.
Yes, exactly. But at the same, because many of you Bible readers, if you're Bible readers, many Bible readers, they were sad. They were like, why so many sufferings? So why so much death and why so much hatred? But at the same time, they were joyous because they knew of the promises of the Bible that the way the world is now, it won't always be like this. You know, there will be a time when we will all be brothers and sisters, that we will all be have love and be in peace. Yes. So even on those days when I'm depressed, when my son died, you know, I got, you know, because I have hope, and that's the key, to have hope and to have faith.
How many sons you have?
Oh, sons. Oh, I have a daughter, and I had a boy and a girl. Now I have a daughter who has
a daughter now.
Yeah,
He's living in San Diego.
Yeah, no, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. He used to sing too. Do you like to sing or not? She
likes to sing, but she smokes cigarettes. So,
but she never recorded nothing.
Don't smoke. No, but she has a beautiful voice too, and she can sing. Definitely, she can definitely sing, and she enjoys music like I do. So.
And Eurodance and this style that you represent, do you really like? Do you hear in your house, or do you just record and you prefer jazz, rock and roll?
I love Eurodance. I love dance music. Dance music for me, especially when I'm like in my house and I want to clean my house up and everything. I'll put on my funky sweats and I'll put on my Armand or my whatever, and I'll just let it play. And I love dance music. Dance music, that's where you get those juices flowing, man. No, I don't just record it and I listen to R&B or something. I listen to R&B too, but I listen to my dance music. I love my dance music.
Oh, good. You didn't know very well. You win this scene since 90s. And there's one music in your career that you record that you look back and think, oh, this music means a lot to me. I love this music. This music is my music in your career, in your discography.
Okay, yeah, the one that's most
Important for
would
you.
say, oh, you know what? I forgot one. I forgot one of my songs. The one that means the most, is Paradise. That's precious
Paradise.
to me. I want to see paradise. I want to see Yeah, that's my baby.
Paradise.
Well, look,
Taleesa help you too? Not.
Yes. That was Loving Colors. Loving Colors. And I love that song because it's it talks about. It was actually in the time when I was searching for my spiritual, my spiritual plane. And you can hear in the words where I was down in my life, and some friends left. When you're high, everybody, but when you're down, people leave. The real friends don't leave though. Yes. So I was, and then I said I prayed, and then God heard me, Jehovah heard me. And so that song for me is a very special song. It's in a turning point of my life where I went from just existing to actually living.
Good, strong music, strong lyrics, especially.
Thank you.
And in Eurodance in general, there's music that I really wanted to record. I really want to cover this song. I wanted that this song was made for me. There's one music that it's a huge success. I love this music. There's one.
You know the one? Yes, actually, there is one. I don't know if you heard. It's called. It's by the Artful Dodgers, and it's called "Moving Too Fast." Ooh, you're moving too fast. Can you slow down? Yeah, I ain't giving you no love tonight. Now, ooh, you're moving too fast. Better sit back, relax. I ain't giving up no love tonight. Ooh, yeah, I love that.
You're moving too fast, and I don't think it's right.
Yeah, the Artful Dodgers. That's when two-step, the genre of two-step, when I was like, I love two-step with Craig David and Artful Dodgers. I love that genre of music.
You can repeat the name and the project, please. I will search.
Yes, it's called the Artful Dodgers and Moving Too Fast.
Moving Too Fast. I will search for this music.
Yeah, check it out.
Yes.
I love that. That's a bomb. That's a bomb right there.
Yes. Do you still have contact with Taleesa? Do you have contact?
Oh, yes, Taleesa? Absolutely. We work together. We're colleagues. We do different projects, not directly in the music, but we do other things in we have a children's channel that we do music for kids to teach them in videos. We teach them lessons of life, how to get along with each other, how to clean a house, be obedient to their parents. So they're instructive but fun videos.
Where we can find it?
Okay, if you go, it's called Boom Boom. That's BOOM Kids TV. So go on YouTube, and that's Boom Boom Kids TV.
Natalie Art's daughter.
Yes, exactly.
Un contadino aveva un cane, Bingo era il suo nome.
A lot of Brazilians want to know where is Taleesa. She's working very hard. She's working hard in a good project. We help people, especially help kids.
Yes, she's always. I really care a lot about Emanuela Taleesa. She's always trying to help someone. She's always looking to see ways that she can help people. And she asked me if I wanted to be a part of the project. And I was like, sure, I love it, so yeah. So Boom Boom Kids TV.
Boom Boom Kids. Who is in this project? You,
Well,
Taleesa?
there's Luca Mincy. Then we have the voice of Natalie's daughter as one of the characters. My voice is one of the characters. I'm the dog. And then we have Taleesa, you know, her voice is there also with the mom. Also my voice I have for like the little boy a little bit. So yeah.
It's something new for me. It's good to know. So,
yeah, it's good for kids. You know, if you have kids in your life, everybody,
yes, I have.
know, and you wanna teach them values, but have fun with it. Not, oh, you do this, oh, you do. No, kids don't want to hear that. They want to see, you know, how to apply it in a fun way. You know, it should be fun to learn and to grow up. So yeah, go tell everybody to check it out. Check it out, everybody.
Yes, I will
Kids
post
TV.
it in the description of this video.
Awesome.
And she's living now in Panama.
Yes, she is. She's living in Panama now, but she's visiting with her parents right now.
Taleesa, we want to interview you.
Yes,
we really
I'm
want
going to tell her.
Tell her.
Definitely going to tell her.
And there's she got a strong voice too.
Yes, she's one of the hardest working people in show business. She's always, you know, always been. She started when she was a little girl, you know, touring with the Aerosmith, I believe, touring with Rod Stewart, and you know, because she used to be with Warner Company, you know, Warner, I believe it was Warner Company Records, and so they were all together. The Rolling Stones, all of them, all together. So she grew up with these icons, and you know, they were like her big brothers. You know, they helped her and they took care of her, kept her safe, and they toured all around Europe.
Yeah, Bachos, Taleesa, we have to talk about the album, The Way.
Yes. The Way, yes. Oh wow, yeah, The Way. That was quite an experience. That was my first actual R&B project that I had been waiting many years for, that I wanted to do. And it was great. I got to work with many wonderful artists, musicians. We have the bass player of Barbara Streisand on it. We have Paul Jackson Jr. of Michael Jackson. Boom, 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 boom. I'm back. Paul Jackson Jr. on there. We have Vinny Colaiuto, the #1 drummer at the time in the world. Let's see, we have we have Beasley on there from Motown, the Motown Records. He worked with Gladys Knight. He worked with all of the big people. So and Greg Bissonette from Friends, the program Friends. He plays that. He's on that, and so it was awesome being able to work alongside these giants. And also I got to do some of the mixing and with Chris Trevitt from the Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears in New York. We collaborated together, he and I, and so The Way, it opened the way for a lot of for me to be introduced to a lot of artists that I grew up listening to and really admiring, and yeah, so it was quite an experience. And it talks about my passage of my life, how, you know, being sad, going from being sad to being happy, to being a Jehovah's Witness, what it meant, sharing what I'm learning with other people. So there are many different facets of my life and that album, The Way.
And it was released in 2008.
Yes, exactly. 2008. Yes.
What the record label?
Well, the record label was Sonic Records. Sonic Records. We did an indie. It was an indie. Yes, Sonic's. SONIK.
Because I'm looking for this
record.
This record.
You won't find it. It was limited. We did a limited edition, a limited release, and it was done with an indie. So it's etched in history, but you won't be able to find it.
And not even
Sorry.
not even in Spotify or Deezer,
No,
unfortunately.
there's no, yeah. Yeah,
I
no.
really,
But maybe we might revisit it. I'm thinking of revisiting it, you know, because
good.
there are really some nice things in it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we can maybe do that.
I
think that
never
would be
listened it before, never listened this
Yeah.
record before, but
Yeah.
I think it's a strong record, strong
Thank
album.
you. Thank you. It
album.
was projected to do really, really well. It was, I did my promotions and a couple of release parties in the United States, and they had projected it to be really a world hit, you know, actually. Then, but things happen, you know, we
Yes.
just say things happen. And unfortunately, it went that way. They decided limited edition, limited
But-
release, and
But music will never die.
it never dies. Exactly.
dies.
Exactly. That's what's
Yeah.
important. It's important that it touched, if it even touched one heart, for me, it's a success.
Yes, yes. And there's
If
no
it
need to
touches just one person's
sell
heart.
billions of copies, millions of
Yeah.
copies.
Exactly. That's not the purpose. I mean, it's nice because we have to live. You know,
Yeah,
we have
we
to
need
eat
money.
and we have to live. But that's not the purpose of music. Music is there to touch hearts, to change lives,
Yes.
to put a smile on your face, to make you think, to make you reflect, to make you act. That's what music is for. And in fact, on that album, I wrote the scripture of James, chapter 1, verse 17, which says, which I say, and I preface it with, music is a gift from God.
I believe.
And God doesn't ask, yeah, and God doesn't ask for money. Music is a
Yes.
gift from God. So James, check it out, James 1:17.
James
All good
1.
things come from God.
Yes. It's
117, 117.
117. And I
Yes.
believe in music. I love music.
Yes.
I
Me
work
too.
with music too. I work in the radio
Yeah.
station and have
Awesome.
this YouTube channel that I'm bringing
Yes.
back all the good things.
Awesome. Yes.
Especially you,
Beautiful.
Annalie, Natalie.
Oh.
Natalie sent a kiss for you. He loves you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, my girl.
Yes.
She is an awesome woman, awesome lady. I'll tell you, she might not want people to know, but about almost a year ago, well, less than a year ago, I fell. I had an accident and I broke my femur. Yeah, yeah. So, and Natalie was right there in the hospital. She came and what do you need? She just took such good care of me. And she had other thing going on in her life, but she stopped and she was there as a friend.
But
So,
are you okay now?
yeah, I'm okay. I walk pretty good. You know, I exercise every day. Well, today I didn't because I had to go out and do some things, but I try to, look at these muscles, huh?
Yes, yours.
I exercise. Yep, those are mine right there. Those are my guns. I exercise.
Mamma mia.
I try to exercise. I try to exercise every day because
It's
very,
good for
very
our health,
important.
our life.
Exactly,
Our body.
exactly. So I'm taking this opportunity for this break to make me even better than before. You know, I want to be in better shape than I was before.
Good.
So.
Simone, you can leave
Yes.
a message for all your Brazilian fans that love your
Yes.
voice, love your words,
Yes.
love your history.
Yes. You know what? I'd like to do a little, I hope it works. I mean, I hope when I sing, I want to sing Michael Jackson's song real quick, just a little piece.
Please.
And this is for all of the families and the friends that might have been touched or being touched by COVID, to let you know that you're not alone. You're in our thoughts, in our prayers. Okay. So let me see. This is for you guys. Todo, all of you. Another day is gone. I'm still all alone. How could this be? You're not here with me. You never said goodbye. Someone tell me why. Why did you have to go and leave my world so cold? And every day I sit and ask myself, how did love slip away? Something whispers in my ear and says that you are not alone. I am here with you. Though we're far away, I am here to stay, and you are not alone. I am here with you, and though we're far apart, you're always in my heart. You are not alone. That's for you guys. You're not
Bravo, bravissimo. Thank you for
Thank
this gift.
Muito obrigado a todos.
Muito
All
obrigado,
of you.
Simone. Muito obrigado, Simone. We love you. I love you since my
I love you.
nights. I love you. Your voice, your way, your job, your work.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
thank Jehovah for that. I'm here because of him. Thank you.
Yes, I believe it. And you can sing something more for us.
Why you even worry about me? Ooh, do you want my love for free? Yeah. Why you even worry about me? Ooh, do you want my love? Do you want my love for free? Why you even worry about me? Do you want my love for free? Yeah. Why you even worry about me? Ooh, do you want my love? Do you want my love for free? Da, da, da.
Wanna be
Yeah.
and
Woo. Awesome.
I love midnight too.
Oh, you do? Oh my goodness, you're trying to kill me, man. No. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, don't you know that it's midnight and all good people are sleeping? I find a feeling in my body. I just want to creep into your room, into the dark, and after the dance, now it's time for romance.
Can you hear me, baby?
I don't win no cheap. You wanna
Got in my hands up, on you. Oh, get on the dance floor.
Love is the key, 'cause the sun is shining for me. And I'm looking at the clouds in the sky. It makes me feel so darn high. Love is the key, 'cause the sun is shining for me. And I'm looking all around, staring at the ground. I'm looking all around, searching all around for you. Oh, love is the key. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The last one. The last one. The last one. The last one.
Oh, man. Okay, what? What do you want?
Ay, 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 ay.
Oh. Ay, 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 memories of love, memories of me and you go on and on. Memories of love are melting in my arms, in my arms. Memories of me and you go on and on. Memories will stay forever with your love. Memories of love.
Memories of love. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I love you, girl. We're waiting for
guys,
some new records, new tracks.
Awesome. Okay.
And thank you for everything. Thank you for having me. Thank you for this
Thank you for having
dream
me.
come true.
Thank you. Oh.
My
so
dream come true.
sweet. You're
I
so
never
sweet.
wonder.
Let's keep in contact, Eric. Let's keep in contact.
Let's keep. I love you, and let's help us to talk with Taleesa too. She's hiding. Show up.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's working. She's got some priorities and things she's taking care of in her life, and
Yes,
so.
I know.
But I will relay the message.
But thank you for
you.
this time, this moment to feed us with all this information. Feed us with your beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you, Eric. Thank you for having me. And again, muito obrigado.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Beijos.
Bye, everybody.
Bachos. Kisses.
Besos, kisses, hugs. Exo.
Se você gostou do conteúdo, deixe seu like, se inscreva no canal e acione as notificações. Eu não posso esquecer também da Liz English, que ajudou aí nas legendas. E se você está procurando um curso de inglês à distância, já encontrou, com preço super especial para os inscritos no canal Som do K7. Eu vou deixar as informações da Liz English aqui na descrição e bons estudos. Eu fico por aqui, até o próximo vídeo do canal O Som do K7.